Everybody, welcome back to Being the Odds. It is Wednesday, April 9th, 2025, and we are back with a special edition Beating Up the Odds Masters Weekend Edition. If you're new to the channel, my name is Zach, and welcome to Beating the Odds. Let's recap some past year's results. So, we don't do golf videos every single week, but I am a big-time golfer. I absolutely love playing the game. I'm not a scratch or anything, but I'm like a 10 handicap on a normal day. And this is one of my favorite weekends of the year. It's by far the best golf tournament of the year, without question. I'm really excited to sit down and watch it. And what I've got for you guys here today are 5 players that are going to win this tournament. Now, obviously, not all of them can win, but given how juicy some of these odds are, I really like where we're at. Now, to give you some past results of the last, I make these videos only for the majors because it just makes sense. Because the LIV guys are a part of it, the PGA guys are a part of it, so it's both. And the last 8 majors, I've given you guys 4 of the winners. And with how plus money these are, it's absolutely insane. We gave you Bryce in the U.S. Open last year. I gave you Scotty, pretty chalky, in the Masters in 2024. I gave you Brooks at plus 2,800 in the PGA Tour, PGA Championship in 2023. And in the Masters 2023, that was my first golf video I ever made. We gave you Jon Rahm at plus, I think it was plus 900 or plus 1,000, I'm forgetting, but 9 or 10 to 1 on Jon Rahm. So we've been pretty fucking great at golf. And last year we did a lot of like top 10s and we ended up winning that too. But for me this time around, I only want to do winners. Winners only on this tournament. So we're going to give you guys them. So I've got 5 plays that I've already put in. I've already given to our members. And that we're going to ride with this weekend. So the first play I'm rolling with is someone who I bet basically every single tournament because he's so good in the majors. I'm taking Brooks Koepka, 30 to 1, plus 3,000 odds to win the Masters. Now, here's the thing. This guy, Brooks has got to be bet. I mean, this is just really what it comes down to. I think he is, outside of Scotty Scheffler, I think he's better than Rory, a top 2 golfer, including Scotty Scheffler, a top 2 golfer in the entire field. I don't know how he's 30 to 1. I don't really get it. I know last year he didn't win a major, but he's, of all the people in the field, I think he's got the most majors outside of Phil, who's not obviously the Phil that we knew from 20 years ago. He's also the best, he's the best major performer in the entire field. He came in second in 2023 to Jon Rahm. And if he had dealt with Cantley's just ridiculous slow play, just ridiculously slow play, a little bit better, he may have won back-to-back majors, may have won the Masters, may have won the PGA. I think he's fully healthy, and he always elevates his game in majors. Brooks does. He's very long off the tee. As long as he can keep the direction where he wants it to be, he's not overdrawing the ball or over-fading the ball. He's going to be putting himself in great position on the par 5s. I think number 3, I think is a short par 4. He should be able to put himself in a really, really good spot overall for this tournament, and I think he's the best value of anyone as long as his short game is good, which I think it will be. So I like Brooks here, plus 3,000, book it. Next, I got Jon Rahm at plus 1,400 odds. Rahm won it 2 years ago, obviously. We gave that one out to you guys. But the fact he's plus 1,400 here is a little disrespectful. Outside of Brooks, is my second best value on the board, without question. Because when you have to keep in mind, so let's just go through this. In 2023, Jon Rahm, First hole of the tournament, double bogey, which, for a normal golfer, that happens all the time. For a double bogey first hole in Augusta means you're just going uphill. It's you're not going to win. And he came back and won pretty convincingly, and he beat Brooks in that year. And that was great. Twitter there was awesome. We had number 1, number 2 fighting it out. It was sick. But last year's been an outlier year for him. The reason why his odds are so long right now, it should be plus 800, plus 700, is because last year he performed really poorly. And I think the reason for that is because he made the switch from PGA to LIV. And throughout the weeks leading up to the Masters, it was just question after question after question after question. Why'd you go to LIV? Why'd you go to LIV? Why'd you go to LIV? This year, he's not going to have that same scrutiny. He's been on the tour. He's finished top 10, I think, in almost every single tour event on LIV this year. And he won't be as distracted when he made that big decision that he did last year. He won't be in that same spot. And also one that's really big with him is that when his form is very, very important. Jon Rahm has a bowed wrist. So what he does is in the backswing, he bows his wrist like this to create his shot shape early in his backswing. So when he comes on his downswing, he doesn't have to move his hands at all. So it makes his drives very, very predictable and very, very consistent over and over again. And in this tournament, you're not going to lose a lot of balls per se, but you can put yourself in a really bad position behind the pines, like in the gallery. And if you can keep it in the fairway, which obviously it's golf, it's hard to do that. You know, he should be able to, very similar to Brooks, be able to put himself in a good spot on the par fives, be able to take advantage of the shorter par fours. And he's great. He's normally a very, very strong putter. So I like Jon Rahm here plus 1,400 to possibly win this tournament. Next, I have Collin Morikawa plus 1,600. Morikawa's played well in Augusta over the years. He's won 2 majors overall. Winning majors is a big deal, especially when you're in Augusta because of just the pressure and on the Saturday and Sunday. And when you're looking at this, right, when you're looking at Morikawa, the biggest thing that his biggest strength is iron play. And when you're talking about these really tough greens, you've got to be able to place not just hit the green, but like really place the ball where you're below the hole on birdie putts and par putts. You've got to put yourself below the hole because if you're above the hole and you're putting above the hole being downhill, you can be completely fucked if you don't nail that. With how good Morikawa is with his irons, he should be able to score well in the par threes, be able to put himself in good positions on the par fours and the par fives. And I think that even though he's not as long of a driver as Brooks and Rahm are, the fact that he's got as good mid-iron play and wedge play that he does is going to make him a very, very tough competitor. And I think he'll be in the mix on Saturday and Sunday. So I have Morikawa here plus 1,600. By the way, guys, just so you all know, for our ZDM Bets membership, we had another winning day yesterday. Great March, great. We're having a strong start to April. We're doing a 33% off membership sale. Use code MASTERS33. Masters33 at zdmbets.com/picks. The website is linked in the pinned comment below. As a member, you get all our members only best bets every single day, which was profitable best bets on a daily basis. You also get a direct line to me, so any game you're considering betting, you reach out to a hotline number, get a guaranteed response back about any game you're considering betting. And you got our free picks too on YouTube. Sent to you before these videos come out. They'll take advantage of early lines, early odds. Those at zdmbets.com/picks, zdmbets.com/picks, zdmbets.com/picks. So let's jump back into it. So next, I got Dustin Johnson, DJ, plus 8,000. I want to give you guys 2 long shots, Dustin Johnson being one of them. I think that the live guys are going to perform really well. Yes, the last time they just played, the last tournament they just played was the Blue Monster. And we're in the hat right now. I've actually played that course. It's Trump Doral down in Miami. It's an unbelievable course. But they play difficult courses. And the Blue Monster is pound for pound harder than Augusta, in my opinion. Never played Augusta, obviously. Hope to one day in my life. But the fact is that Blue Monster is named that for a reason. It's a very, very difficult course. And the fact is that when they play these courses on live, they're actually just as difficult as the ones at PGA. And with Dustin Johnson, very similar. DJ, very similar to Jon Rahm. The bow to wrist is big, so it's going to make his drives and his 3-woods, and I think he's a TaylorMade guy, so a mini driver as well, very, very predictable. And he's going to be able to keep the balls in the fairway, which is going to be big with the pines. Also, one thing that's really important with Augusta is you need to be able to move the ball from right to left. It's called having a draw for those guys who don't play golf. But it's like you want to make sure you're having a draw on the ball, and DJ draws the ball very, very nicely, which is going to be big with the bowed wrist. Also, he's won here before. He's won in Augusta, and if he's in the mix on Sunday, the nerves won't get to him because he's already won before. So I love him at the plus 8,000 number. That's an incredible value. Against a long shot, but I do like that there. And then I got Wyndham Clark at plus 9,000. Another major long shot here. But obviously, Wyndham's won the U.S. Open 2023. He did it at longer odds, by the way, I'm pretty sure. I think he was like plus like 100, I think he was like plus 12,000, I think, which is insane. And very similar to the Blue Monster. I think the LA Country Club is a harder course, pound for pound, in my opinion. And he's been in the mix in a lot of different majors recently. And I just like him. I like the value here at plus 9,000. That's a massive, massive value. So I like the value here. I'm going to roll with that here. Now, let's go win this weekend, guys. Masters one of the best weekends on the face of the planet. It's going to be nice and relaxed, and the weather should be absolutely incredible for this. Where I'm living in Virginia, it's cold, but it's nice outside, so it'll be good to be able to watch it. But I'll just say this, guys. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money, and go check out our other videos.